Hello, guys, and thank you for watching. So basically, I made this funding page on behalf to raise money for myself. My story and situation goes is that I actually went to university. Went to college years during my younger years. I went to college during my younger years, but I wasn't able to graduate. I did not graduate and get a degree. So obviously, I had no resume. I had no resume, no college degree, or anything at all of that sort. No resume, no college degree, and no money. And so basically, um, the situation at hand that I have is that I am a woman, and I live in and so I moved back home after attempting college and failed and flunked my classes, and I felt I and I moved back home. As I said, I moved back home. As I said, when I moved back home, obviously, I go to stores and stuff, and I had to dress up like this. As you can see, I have my hair bow, and I did eyeliner. I had to dress up like this when I go out to stores. Um, and so the situation at hand, as I said, is that I go out to stores, and the thing is, I the reason why you see me dressed up like this, as I said, is not because I want to attract attention from males. Or not because I'm trying to do any attract that I have to dress up like this when I go out in the streets and go out to the stores as a means of a defense mechanism for myself, because I'm actually currently living in a impoverished community, as I said. Impoverished community where racial profiling and racism does exist. I have been a victim of racial profiling because, as you can see, my black hair. If I walk in the streets with my hair, my face like this, and this is all you see when I'm walking out in the streets, I get approached by policemen and racially profiled many times. Um, in fact, I've been, I said, in fact, I've been approached by the police in this particular area many times. As I said, I've been approached by the police many times here. And so the fact that I walk out in the streets like this is actually my defense mechanism from being profiled when I go out. The only thing, as I said, is that when I'm dressed, um, you know, but when I'm out in the streets and I'm walking and I dressed up like this, the police don't profile me, but I do gather attention. I do grab some form of attention, and you can obviously see this because you can obviously look at me and you can tell that I am an attractive young Asian woman. And you can look at me and you can see that I am a young, attractive Asian woman. And so the situation that happens is oftentimes in impoverished communities, an attractive female will gather attention. Um, but however, because of the racial profiling that happens, I have to wear a hair bow out like this so I don't get racially profiled by the police. And some of you guys might, if you guys look online or something, you might hear, I said, if you look online or something, you might hear of people, some, folks wearing as a defense mechanism against racial profiling. Some folks dye their hair. Some, wear hair bows. Dress up a little bit. They have to look nice so that they don't get racially profiled. And so, so it's not as if I'm living in a gated community with security, security and all the comforts of life, as I said, as some folks do. And so, me being dressed up like this when I'm going out in the streets is actually a defense mechanism for me from being racially profiled out in the streets, as you see, because I have black hair. And you can see that I am an attractive Asian woman. And so, as I said, I'm not living in a gated community, with security and all these amenities that there are. I'm actually living in a sort of kind of like old looking, sort of kind of small home, a very mobile looking like kind of home. I mean, it might be a real home, but as I said, this is the current house that I'm living in, as I've said. Um, Also, for one thing, is that if you really want to know my true story or life story, or the true situation that's happening to me as of current, you can check out my archive video collection, video collection series, documentations and series that I've actually collected into one video, and you can watch this and see exactly what's happening with me and what's going on. As I said, with me, and just basically the situation that I have currently with my family members, currently with my family members as of November 2017 up to today of the making of this video, which is May 2018. And you can sit there and you can watch this video as you see. And then, as you watch a series of videos, you can see how the situation has escalated for me. You can see how the situation of what has happened has escalated up to this point. And also, also during this time, I've, in between this time, I've actually picked up on a community. I would call this as a community service. I'm serving my community. I'm actually an active participant and an activist for Black Lives Matter movement. I'm actually also assisting in that as well, because I myself, as I said, I've been treated like Asian Americans. Some Asian folks in Georgia are considered colored, as I said, and so I was actually a victim of it. So my defense mechanism is to actually be an active participant and an activist in the Black Lives Matter movement here in Georgia. Um, uh, However, for some Asian folks, for some of the other some of the other women, their only means of a defense is to have, a stable place to live and a secure and a safe, stable place to live. But unfortunately, because I dropped out of college, I had no degree, no resume, or anything of that sort. As I said, no college, no resume, or anything of the sort. As I said, the situation that I'm going through, as I said, is that, as I said, I have to dress up like this as a means. And so you can watch, as I said, there's a link to another collection of video clips that I have collected with the situation with my family members up to this point. And you can definitely watch it and see, the family situation that I have that's going on from November 2017 to May 2018 today. And for one thing, and so in that video, you would see that I've actually confronted one man in that video, and you can watch that video and see this man for yourself. So what you can do, as I said, and so I actually created this funding site. As I said, I'm actually an active participant in Black Lives Matter movement. I created this website, as I said, to I created this funding site to raise money, hopefully raise money. As I said, I didn't graduate. I dropped out of college with no degree, no money. And as I said, you can actually help me get out of the situation that I'm in right now. I'm actually living in a rundown house. I'm not living in some kind. You can see I'm an attractive young Asian woman. If you know, trying to and also a victim of potential racial profiling. That's why I have to dress up like this. This is my defense mechanism. And so what you can do, as I said, is I'm actually trying to raise money so that I can have enough money to move out of this house here. This is the current house that I'm living in. And as you can see, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you a bit of the place that I'm living here. I'm trying to raise enough money. I'm actually currently living with my mom right now. My mom is actually, 62 years old, and she's trying. She's working at her job that she's working on. I'm trying to raise enough money here so that I can have enough money to, move into a house to my liking that I feel that I'm very happy with. So that I'm able to move into a house that I'm happy with. I actually have a current house that I currently have that I have in mind that I really want. And so you guys can help me out. Help me with that as well. Also, if you guys fund me, it also assists and help me to continue in the Black Lives Matter movement that I'm doing as well. And it helps me to be able to continue to be of service to you. I also, so that I can be of service to you. So this website here, this funding page is a direct funding page to directly donate and give me money. Because actually, right now, as I said, because I don't have a job or anything like that sort. I actually have. I feel as if I have a couple of stalkers, but I'm not too sure. I mean, you can. I provided a link to my other YouTube video on domestic violence, and you can watch that video. As I said, you can watch that video, as I said, and so you can see, what has happened in that video, and you can just sort of kind of, see for yourself. I actually had a collection of clips there that I had, and if you guys, donate money to me, I can get out of this house here. This is the current house that I'm living in right now. If you donate money to my cause, the sky's the limit. I don't have a limit on what I want to collect. So the more I raise, the better. So if you can get me out of this place here to a house that I'm much happier in, I greatly appreciate it, guys. I greatly appreciate it. Whereas opposed to when I'm walking around and I walk like this with hair in my face, the police profile me, and obviously I don't want to be a victim of profiling. As the situation with the advent of the Eric Garner situation, and so as I said, me dressing up like this, and putting a bow tie and wearing my eyeliner is actually my defense mechanism against racial profiling. So if you guys can help me, donate some money to me so I can find a more secure, find a house that I'm happy to live in. I actually have a couple of house designs that I have in mind. I greatly appreciate it. And also, if you do help me, I can also, as well as continue in my Black Lives Matter activist movement. I can continue in my work there. And I've already done some work, as I've said, in that movement. But as I said, if you donate money to my cause, I could do even more. You can also check out my website to see what I am and all about me and what I am and everything. So, as I said, you can check out my website. I actually you can ask for some of my you can check out my website, and I'm going to provide a link to my website so you can see what I'm all about, guys. And so in this next video clip, I'm just going to show you a little bit of my living space here, just to give you an idea of just basically where I live, pretty much. So here we go. Sorry. So this is basically my living space. So you see my sink, just rice, the trash, my family trash on top of the counters, mom's shoes. So this is basically pretty much my kitchen. This is where I live, as I said. So you're just gonna get sort of kind of an idea, a little bit of where I live and stuff. So there's that little place there. And as I said, so if you donate to my cause and give me enough money, I'm able to move out of here. I have enough money so I could move to a better place to live. And I said I have a couple projects in mind. I greatly appreciate it. And also, I could continue for folks who I've already done some Black Lives Matter movement work. I've already done some work out there already, as I've said. I've already done some work. And if you really like, some of, and if you want to, support me, and you think that I'm actually a good person to, be an advocate for the Black Lives Matter movement, guys, by all means, please support me as well. If you think that I'm a great candidate for a Black Lives Matter movement, I'm actually participating because I think some Asians believe that this is also Martin Luther King has the civil rights movement also as in some kind of way it does actually affect them as well. More than anything, I think this is the movement for Asian Americans, as I've said. And so if you want, as I said, if you support me in the Black Lives Matter movement, by all means, please donate money to my cause as well so I can continue and also get out of this place that I'm living in here, just to get out of it. And find a nicer place that I personally like to live in. Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you. And light in Jesus. And yeah. And thank you. Thank you so much.